So I'd like to introduce you guys to something new today. It may not be new, but it's new to me. Recently I heard of something called Taylor ham. Apparently it's popular in New Jersey and just about nowhere else. But I was able to find some at the market the other day, so I decided let's give it a shot. Today, I'm making sandwiches.
It's Some Guy Who Cooks, starring Brett Picorni. Featuring Brett Picorni. Guest stars on the show include Sal, Peppy, and the lovely Paula. Today's episode brought to you by Brett Picorni.
So what exactly is Taylor ham? Well, it's kind of a slightly fermented meat roll. For reference, here's the box it's made in Trenton, New Jersey. And the ingredients are pork, salt, sugar, spices, lactic acid starter culture, that's what's gonna get us that fermentation, sodium ascorbate, sodium nitrite, and sodium nitrate. So, here we have our Taylor ham, and here we have some homemade bread I baked up last night. The way to serve this Taylor ham is by cutting it just right and then frying it up in a pan. It's not a difficult thing to cut. I'm gonna get all the slices at once. You wanna slice a little bit down the way on one side, and then the other, and then another side, and another. A sort of north, south, east, west, if you will. Getting those little cuts like that is gonna help this keep its shape when you fry it. Much like salami, bologna, or other things that you might wanna fry before you put it in a sandwich, it'll form like a cup when you fry it up. Instead, we've got those little relief cuts that will help it keep from cupifying. So what's the proper way to experience this Taylor ham? I'd say a sandwich. While this pan is heating up, I've got the bread. Like I said, this is homemade bread, made it last night. And we're just gonna put on a little bit of mustard here, okay? Looks like I'm running out of mustard and I'll have to get some more soon. But in the meantime, I got enough for the sandwich today. And with the pan good and hot now, we can go ahead and start throwing down our Taylor ham. Listen to that, isn't that beautiful? Let's go ahead and give it a little flip. And as you can see, those cuts are kind of separating here, which means it's working. We're not getting a big old cup in the middle of the meat. Notice a lot of that caramelization in the meat means we're about ready. Now, you can burn this to a crisp if you like, or you can get it to about this point. This is probably where I'm gonna leave it. So there we have it, a nice hot slice of Taylor ham. It looks kind of like a little X mark for or a treasure chest. And it's all fried up, guys. We're good to go, and there's not much we need to do here. First, I bet you're probably wondering what exactly it tastes like, so I'll sacrifice one of the slices for the sandwich for eating. It's tangy, it's salty, very, very reminiscent of a good salami, but a little bit different. You're just gonna have to seek it out and try it for yourself. So here we go, we're just gonna assemble these on here. X marks the spot. And there we go. Pretty little crossover like that. Just take our other slice right on top. And I'm gonna take the bottom piece here and wipe up all that grease from laying down the Taylor ham. Now this is a simple Sammy, about as simple as it gets. We got our Taylor ham, we got our bread, a little bit of mustard, and we're good to go. In case you're wondering about the bread, it's a very simple bread. Basically, I made pizza dough, made a loaf, scored a few lines on the top, and baked it. Pizza dough makes awesome bread loaves. So here we go, enough talking, we're eating. That is good. You might think with something that's already tangy that the mustard might be too much, but no, it complements it perfectly. You're not gonna see this in a fancy restaurant, guys. You're not gonna buy it for $20 with some fancy French name attached. This is something you're probably gonna have to make at home, and that's okay. Because you know what? Sometimes you don't need to be a chef to create something spectacular. Sometimes you can just be some guy who cooks.